Okay. My wig just look like it's been through hell right now. Just pull this thing back a little bit. All right, hey you guys. So it is definitely Tuesday, and of course that means it is time for Talk About It Tuesday. Yay! All right, so if you are new to my channel, then of course, welcome to the family. My name is Rita Lynn. I go by Real Rita Lynn on social media, and this series is Talk About It Tuesday, and it is also including the Thought Provoking Thursday. So, the main reason for this particular session is I did have a couple of you ask me how did I meet my husband. So in an effort to just give you a little bit more of a backstory on me, I am going to share with you guys that experience and kind of how everything went down between how I met my husband. If you are just now joining me for the first time, then I do want you to know that this is a series. Part 1 is on Facebook. I do have it pinned so that it's easier for you to find it. Part 2 was actually posted on Tuesday, and then there was another part 3 that was posted on Thursday. So if you want to get caught up on those, I will tell you right now, those lives are pretty long. They are ranging anywhere between an hour to 2 hours. So definitely grab your wine, grab your popcorn, whatever you want to grab, child, because you're going to be sitting there for a minute, which I greatly appreciate it. But yeah, it is pretty lengthy. So that's just an advance warning. But nevertheless, the story is there. And my main reason for doing this is because I feel like it's therapeutic for me. And then I also feel like it is helping any of those women who are going through the situation that I'm going through, been through the situation that I've been through, and just maybe you're looking for somebody to lean on. You are looking for somebody who understands. Maybe it's a situation that you don't want to go through at all. So whatever it is that you're looking for, you are probably going to find it in one of these lives, or somebody's going to say it in the comments or during the live chat or on a recorded comment from a recorded video that I did. Whatever the tea is, child, we're going to stir it and we're going to sip it. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start priming my face. I'm going to try and keep it to an hour because I do know that sitting watching can be kind of cumbersome because it's a 2-hour live. So I am going to try and keep it to an hour moving forward. That way it's not taking up so much of your time. Yeah, that's pretty much that. So I think to start off tonight, I'm going to use the No Problem primer. That is this, and I'm going to go ahead and prime my face. Now, I did just finish a live on Facebook where I did pretty much, I want to say like a soft unboxing on a wig that I ordered from Amazon. And I will be recording that wig review this week to go up next week. So it'll probably go up on Monday of next week, so you guys can definitely be on the lookout for the wig review. Again, it was a wig that I purchased from Amazon, and if you kind of want to just get my first initial reactions to the wig, like I said, I did do a live on Facebook where I showed what the wig was, how it looks, and just my first initial reaction to buying a wig off Amazon. I've never bought a wig from Amazon, so this was definitely a first for me. And I still want to try and put some heat to it, you know, do a little bit of styling on it and just see how it holds up. So that's pretty much what the review is going to be about. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, I am going to go in with the Beauty Bakery Flour Setting Powder. And this is in the shade Plantain. And I am going to go ahead and just put a little bit of setting powder on my brows just to soak up some of that moisture from the primer so that I have a little bit more of a dry surface to work with. All right. So now that that's done, I'm going to go ahead and go into my Kiss New York Professional Top Precision Brow Pencil, and I'm going to go ahead and start carving out my brows. If you are a beginner for makeup and you want a brow tutorial, I do have one listed here on my YouTube channel. It's not too outdated. Everything is pretty much the same. With brows, the only thing that you really need to be concerned with is actually knowing the technique. Once you got the technique down, it pretty much is the same across the board, no matter what type of product that you're using. So, all right. So now that all of that is out the way, whew, how I met my husband. So I will just say that I am not a fan, or at least I don't think I'm a fan of like online dating sites. So things like Tinder and Farmers Only, and I don't know what other dating sites there are out there. This is all the ones I know of. I'm really not a fan of those things. So when I go to tell y'all how I met my husband, I kind of feel like, woo, child. Anyway, so we met on Facebook at all the places. And no, he wasn't one of these type of guys that was like sliding in my DMs like, yo, baby, what's up, da da da. It was not that kind of a vibe at all. We actually met in a Facebook, I want to say it was like a Facebook group. So a little bit of just like a little backstory on my husband. He is a photographer, so that is what he does as like his side profession. And I was in this group and I was looking for a photographer for my daughter's 1-year birthday pictures. And it just so happened that I'm in this group, and lo and behold, he posts like an ad, and the ad said, I say it was an ad, but he made a post in the Facebook group pretty much saying that he was looking for a cute 1-year-old baby. It was going to be a free photo shoot, but he was trying to build his portfolio and he needed pictures of like a kid, like a baby. And so I was thinking, okay, great. Like, I have a 1-year-old. I wanted to get pictures done for her birthday. Hi, honey. I wanted to get pictures done for her birthday. And so, hey, I want to just sit here and watch. I hope you understand how much. Oh, I appreciate that. That means so much to me. Like, that literally, those kind of comments that literally, like, yeah, they do it for me. It's like the reason I keep going. So I appreciate that you said that. So yeah, he made this post and said that he was looking for a cute kid. And of course, any mother thinks that their kid is cute. So I was like, oh yeah, my kid's cute. And he's like, looking for a cute kid for 1-year-old, 1-year pictures, need to build my portfolio. Photo shoot will be free, etc., etc. So the requirements for this photo shoot was that you had to send him pictures of your kid because, of course, you know, as mothers, we think our kids are cute, but somebody else might be like, your baby got a nice outfit on, but cute ain't it. And so you had to send pictures. And of course, you know, he DM'd me back and was like, hey, your daughter's really beautiful, you know, super adorable. Do you want to do the shoot? And I was like, yeah, you know, she's actually about to turn 1. And I wanted to get some pictures done for her 1-year birthday. And so he's like, okay, great. So he had like this idea to shoot her pictures in, I think we're in Blue Bonnets because I'm in Texas. And I think the photo shoot happened in Blue Bonnets. I'm trying to like remember the picture in my head. And I really do think that the pictures happen in the Blue Bonnets because, of course, Texas flowers the blue bonnet, even though he still now to this day says that the flowers are purple. Debatable, but, you know, Texas to my heart, so Blue Bonnets. So lo and behold, you know, we start talking to each other through Facebook about solely, like strictly about the photo shoot. So he was just asking me, you know, like, hey, what is she gonna be wearing? What time do you want to be there? how long can you stay, just getting like the specifics for when you would typically go to a photo shoot. So what are you wearing, um how long can you stay, just pretty much asking, is she like a fussy baby, is she a cooperative kid? And so just asking like those typical questions. So we set up a day and time to meet, and we actually go to like the spot, right? So we go to the meet spot, and surprisingly, we went to it's no longer there. If you live in Texas, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, but it's no longer there. But there used to be this state Texas sign off of 20, and that's where we ended up meeting to take the pictures. So now I say that to say that when this all kind of transpired, I was definitely leaving a very, very toxic relationship with my children's father. I had been with him from the time I was 15 up until I was 29, and that relationship was very much abusive, like physically, mentally, emotionally. It was abusive, and I had just left a relationship with him. But on that specific day, he and I had decided to go on the shoot together. Just like our daughter's turning 1, he wanted to be there. And so we kind of like put our differences to the side, and we went to the shoot together. Now, on this specific day when we were going to the shoot, honestly, I just wanted to, hey T, honestly, I just wanted to be as cordial as I could possibly be without making him think there was anything else that was going to go on. You know what I mean? And the reason I say that is because he and I had this, very much so had this revolving door type of relationship. So like we would make up and break up, and even though y'all he was like, very abusive to me, I still felt the need to like, oh, I want to keep my family together. I got to make this work. I don't want my kids to be raised without, a dad. And I want them to have like what I didn't have, pretty much. Like I wanted them to have a mother and a father in the home. And so I was kind of over that whole idea of I was kind of over the whole idea of having a 2-parent household, mostly because I had just kind of came to my senses the last time that he and I had a physical altercation, and it was just like really, it could have been really, really bad. It could have been worse than what it was. So I was over that whole mama and daddy got to stay together to make it work, this, that. But on that specific day that we were going to do the photo shoot, honestly, we had been separated at that time for like, I say separated, but I should say broken up, because a lot of people always ask me, well, were you guys married? And no, we were never married. Thank God I dodged that bullet like strongly. But no, we were never married. We actually almost got married. If y'all want that story, I can kind of tell y'all what happened in the next live. But yeah, we almost got married. Didn't happen. But on that day, honestly, I just wanted it to be just as chill as possible. I was excited because my daughter was about to be 1. That's like, I don't know. I think just as mothers, you get excited when that first year comes around, even though she had no clue like what being 1 was. I was just super excited at the fact that like, oh my God, my only daughter is about to be 1. I'm so excited. And I just wanted to kind of like have a good day. I felt like I had already had enough bad days with him. And honestly, I just wanted that day to be a good day, and I wanted it to be good for Madison. And so, yeah, we get to, her dad ended up coming to pick me up, and it was kind of like an awkward car ride, if I can be honest with y'all, because I think for me, I was in one headspace, as in like, this is done, it's over. And for him, I feel like he felt like there was still a chance, you know? Let's see. Hey, boo. Hey, Chanel. So I feel like for him, he kind of felt like there was still a chance. And honestly, I didn't really want to get him angry and upset. And I say that because if you've ever been in a domestic violence situation, like a physical situation, you know that you don't know what's going to set that person off, right? Like, he was honestly 1 minute Dr. Jekyll, the next minute Mr. Hyde. That's really sums up who he was to me. I never knew who I was going to get on a day-to-day basis. And like I said, if you've ever been in a domestic violence situation, then you know exactly what I mean. And so on this day, I just knew that I didn't want to say or do anything that was going to anger him, that was going to put him in a bad headspace, and that was going to potentially endanger me or my daughter. So now when I think about it, hindsight, I probably shouldn't have rode in the car with him. But, you know, I really want to just say honestly that I was in a very toxic place with him at that point in time in my life. And instead of taking my own car, we decided to take his car. Like I say, in hindsight, I think that was like a bad idea. Because if something would have happened, I had no way to, you know, escape, get out, get me and my kid out. But so yeah, he comes to pick us up. We're literally riding in the car together. We really hadn't said too much. Madison was in the backseat sleep. And I'm just so thankful that I can recall most of these situations like I can. Sometimes it's a gift and a curse, but for the most part, I'm glad that I can recall some of the situations. I feel like that when you are a survivor of domestic violence, a lot of times what I've seen is that the abuser hardly ever. Okay, I will. Um, I find that in domestic violence situations, and this is just speaking from my personal experience, I find that the abuser hardly ever remembers what they did. Like if they do, it's very shaky. Um, they don't really recall it, but I find as the victim, you can sometimes pinpoint and remember every single thing that happened to you. Which is I think why it's so it takes such a toll on you, because it's emotionally and mentally it's just brutal. Um, but yeah, we were in the car together and we were kind of talking, you know, having a conversation. It wasn't like a lot of talk. He was just asking me like if I was dating anybody. Of course I said no. I really wasn't, but you know. Um, who's that, Hannah? No. Who's that? Jaden. Jaden. Oh. Hey, Jaden.
You didn't tell me you seen her.
I saw Jaden.
I'm gonna punch you in the neck.
I can't remember the guy that she was with, but I do remember his face. I can't remember his name.
DJ?
That's him. So yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. So yeah, we were in the car together, kind of having conversation. I just used the ColourPop No Filter. Is it No Filter Concealer? This is in the shade Medium Dark 34. So yeah, we were in the car together. He was kind of asking me if I was dating anybody. And I was like, you know, no, I'm not dating anybody, which I wasn't. And he was asking me, you know, like, hey, is there a chance that, you know, we're going to get back together? We're going to work it out. And honestly, at that point, how do I find the right shade? Honestly, this shade is much lighter than... It's much lighter than what I would normally do if I was doing like a natural look. But because I am going to be doing a little bit of color, I'm making the shade much lighter than I normally would. So typically I would do a shade that's closer to my skin tone if I'm going in with neutrals. But if I'm going to use like really bright colors like pinks, purples, yellows, things like that, things that are like really bright colors that stand out, you want to use more of like a white concealer. That is just going to help bring the pigment out in the colors a lot more. It's going to make it a lot more vibrant. So if you are using neutral shades, trying to do like a natural look, then of course you would just do a concealer that's maybe 1 to 2 shades lighter than your actual skin tone. If you are going to be using bright colors, I would say do more along of like a white concealer or something really, really light so that the pigment shows up. All right, so I'm just tapping some of this white concealer onto my lid. And I'm not tapping it to blend or dry it. I'm just tapping it to like get it in there and mix it in well. Just to give it a little bit more brightness for when I add the colors on. So yeah, he was asking me if I was dating anybody. I wasn't at the time. I really didn't feel like I was in the headspace to be dating anybody. And so I wasn't. You know, my main focus was my kids, you know, work, am I healing properly? I was just wanting to get back to like me. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know what I liked, what I didn't like, because so much of my life for the past 14 years had really like revolved around him. You know, it was really based on like what does he say and how does he feel, and don't anger him, and you know, that type of a thing. And so I really didn't feel like at the time I was in the right headspace to date anybody. And so I didn't. And I was okay with that. Like I really enjoyed the time I had, like getting back to me, you know, learning me, learning my kids, working, like busting my ass, working. But I enjoyed it. And so I didn't answer his question. You know, I just told him, I was like, oh no. And then he was like, well, do you think that we'll get back together? And luckily for me, we were like maybe 4 minutes away from the spot where we were actually supposed to park at and get out. So I honestly avoided the question until he parked the car for us to get out. Because the last thing I wanted to do is say something that maybe he didn't want to hear. And now I'm trapped inside of this car with somebody I know who will, for all intents and purposes, Ike turn to me. Like, I was not trying to be Tina that day. I just was not. So yeah, I didn't answer the question. I felt like we were close enough to where I could avoid it, to where, you know, I'm getting out the car and now we're around other people, and you know, you pretty much ain't gonna put yourself on blast because I didn't answer your question. So I was like, yeah, we about to park. I'm kind of just stall until he parks the car. And then once he parks the car, of course he knows, like, there were people out. There were people with their kids. There were other people that were out taking pictures. So I feel like, okay, if you go for what you know while everybody's watching, somebody's gonna call the police, you know, and you're gonna be hauled off to jail again. So I felt like the best thing at that time was for me just to keep my mouth closed, and that's what I did. So when we got there, I called the photographer, which my husband. I called the photographer and I was like, hey, we're here. You know, what do I look for? What do you look like? Et cetera, et cetera. And so he said, well, when you go to look for me, I'm wearing, I think he was wearing like a hat or something like that. He's like, yeah, I got a hat on and I have a backpack on. He described himself to a T, so I was able to find him. And so initially, when I saw him, I was just kind of like, oh, okay. Well, he don't really look like his pictures, because again, I started talking to him on Facebook. So I was like, okay, he don't really look like his pictures. But he had this lady with him, and then there was a kid with him. So naturally, I assumed, oh, this must be like his girlfriend or his baby mama and like his son, because I didn't really know him that well. So I'm assuming, you know, like we do. And so yeah, I'm like, oh, okay, this must be like his girl, you know, girlfriend, baby mama, whatever, and son. And so I was looking at the kid, and the more I looked at the kid, I was like, but the kid don't look nothing like him. Y'all know how we do. I mean, you know, that's how I did. I kind of like, I was just looking at the kid, and I was like, okay, but the kid don't really look nothing like him. But then I was like, well, the kid looked more like the mama, you know. And I felt like that's understandable, because my kids look like me. Now, they do have features of their father, but for the most part, I feel like my kiddos look like me. And so I felt like maybe that was their situation. And so he goes, you know, he introduced himself. He introduced me to the young lady that he was with. and then, kind of like introduced me to the kid. And when I say this kid was probably about, I don't know, maybe between 8 and 10, I guess. And so I was like, okay, cool. So we go up to the top, we start to take pictures. Of course, I've already said that Madison is like this bubbly kid. She does well with, other people, adults, which she had in the past. But of course, on this specific day, what does Madison decide to do? Act up, you can get smacked up. Like, she was clowning, y'all. She was clowning. She did not like him at all. Like, she was not feeling it. And so for every picture that he was trying to take, and I will tell y'all, this was probably one of my bummy days. I think I had on like sweatpants and like an oversized tee and some sneakers, and my hair was pulled up in a ponytail. I mean, it was like a cute bummy, but it was definitely bummy, like not picture ready bummy. And so for every time that he was trying to take her pictures, oh my God, it was like pulling teeth, because I had to be like right up under her to get her to cooperate for these pictures. And it was just terrible. Like, her dad tried and she wasn't feeling him. So I literally had to like be right up under her to try and get these pictures taken. And honestly, the pictures that we got, they were decent pictures, but they weren't like how she takes pictures now. But again, she was just turning 1. So we take the pictures. He hits me up and he says, hey, I'm going to send you the pictures once I get home and I get to edit them. He's like, you can pick a couple and I'll edit the pictures for you or whatever, and then they're yours for free. And he kind of thanked me and everything. Now, mind y'all, I'm thinking in my head, after I kind of like analyzed the whole situation, I'm looking at him and I was like, okay, you know how you can look at somebody and the person that they're with is, it kind of like don't match. You kind of be like, oh, it's either, oh, how did he end up with her, or oh, how did she end up with him? I kind of felt like that, because I was like, well, they don't look like, I don't know, whatever I thought a couple was supposed to look like, they didn't look like it. But I had to think about, my kids' dad too. And I've had people tell me, like, y'all don't look like y'all belong together. Y'all know what I mean? So it was definitely that kind of a situation. But I also felt like, hey, you like who you like, and it is what it is. And so that is that is how we met. So we met on Facebook. He sends me the pictures, and somehow we ended up like talking more frequently. And I think we ended up talking more frequently because he was telling me about having a daughter, I want to believe. I think that's how he led the conversation he led with. And we were talking about like the potty training stage, right? Because I was like, okay, Madison, she was doing really, really good in the potty training stage. Like, I really didn't have too much of a hard time potty training her. I think it might have took maybe a couple of months. And literally after those initial 2 months, she did amazing. Like, she knew to get up in the middle of the night, and whenever I woke her up, she wasn't like a fussy baby about it. She just did really, really well. She transitioned perfectly almost. And so I think we ended up talking about potty training, because he was like, yeah, my daughter's in the potty training stage too. And, it's like pulling teeth, trying to get her to go to the potty. Like, they had like this potty that sung. Like, she sits on, anytime she would go and do her business, the potty would sing. And at the time, Madison didn't have that. Madison just had your standard potty, like your standard potty. It did nothing but collect poop and pee. And that's all I really needed to do. I didn't want to make it super fancy for her, because with her brothers, when they potty trained, I always made up like songs for them when they were when they were babies, y'all. I was so excited about being a mom. That's just my whole thing. I was like really excited about being a mom. So like when Michael, anytime I would put him to sleep, I purposely, like specifically made up a little lullaby to put him to sleep. It's corny. I was thinking about singing it for y'all just now, but it's super corny and I'm not gonna do that. I made up a lullaby for Mikhail to get him to sleep. I made up one for Madison to get her to sleep, and then I made up potty songs for each of them to go potty with. But I was just, I've like I told y'all in my first initial Facebook Live, like I've always wanted to be a mom. That was one of my like all-time favorite things that I knew I wanted to do, that I knew I would do well in. So I always wanted to be a mom. So there was just always enthusiasm when it came to my kiddos. And so, she didn't have like this thing in potty. And he was kind of like telling me, like, oh yeah, this is how we're trying to potty train my kid, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Well, he and I were talking, and he, I picked the pictures, and he tells me, hey, once you pick the pictures, I'll edit them, send them to you, blah, blah, blah. I want to say a couple of days after that, he sent me a friend request on Facebook. I accepted. And honestly, y'all, maybe a week later, I hadn't even really been talking to him. I had kind of just been watching to see like if he was gonna post a picture of her, or like he said promotional stuff. And so I was like, okay, so he's probably gonna post a picture of my kid. And I wanted to see what picture he was gonna use. Like I wanted to see how the pictures came out. And so he ended up posting a picture of her, and I absolutely loved it. I was super, super excited about it. And then, literally, maybe an hour or so later, I saw that he was tagged in something. And it was like the girl that he was dating, right? So, the girl that he was dating, the same girl that was at the photo shoot, she had made, I'm trying to decide if I want to. So I'm using the NYX Ultimate palette, and I'm using this pink out of it. And I'm trying to decide if I want to go into this purple, or if I want to do the purple out of the Jaclyn Hill palette, because it might have a little bit more depth to it. I'm going to stay in this one for a second and just see. So yeah, so I'm using this purple right here. So yeah, the girl makes this post, and she tags him in the post, right? And so I'm like, I'm reading the post literally, and y'all, oof, when I tell y'all she aired that man out, she aired him out. She was like, I just want to say, I'll pretty much sum it up. I don't remember verbatim, but she was pretty much saying like, oh, my boyfriend of a year or 2 years or something like that. She's like, my boyfriend of a year. I'm just gonna say 2 years because I don't remember the exact time. But she was just like, yeah, my boyfriend of 2 years just told me that he's leaving me to go back and be with his wife, and I can't believe him, and yada yada yada. Like, she aired his butt out, like completely aired him out. And I was like, ooh, that's not good. And so I didn't think that he had saw it because he hadn't commented on it. Of course, there was like no like button. Like, he didn't like it or nothing like that. And if he had seen it, he hadn't commented on it. And I thought, well, crap. That's probably bad for business if your girl is like airing you out. Now, I don't know if it was true or not, because I didn't really know him like that, And so I kind of like hit him up because I was like, well, we kind of cool, and I would want somebody to come to me and be like, hey, somebody airing you out. And so I was like, well, we cool at this point, and I hope I'm not overstepping, and so I'm just gonna let him know. And so I pretty much hit him up and I said, hey, I think your girlfriend is mad at you. I mean, that is the best that I could come up with was, I think your girlfriend mad at you. I was like, you might want to check your Facebook. And so he was like, yeah, I kind of saw it. And he's like, I'm trying to address it and take care of it now, and blah, blah, blah. And honestly, I just left it at that. I ain't say nothing else about it because I felt like it ain't my place to say nothing else about it. Like, I ain't your girlfriend. I'm not your wife. I'm just somebody trying to get pictures from my daughter 1 year photo shoot. That's it. That's all, you know. And so after he, I guess after he handled the situation, he hit me up and he was like, hey, I'm done with your daughter's pictures. They've been edited. He's like, I just wanted to say also, good looking out, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And I was like, no problem. It's all cool. I was like, it's all good. No problem. I was like, if you ever need somebody to talk to, like, I'm here. I was like, I don't really know you like that, but I do feel for people in those types of situations. I was like, so if you ever want, a woman's opinion, a woman's advice, I was like, I got you. And he's like, all right, bet, maybe we can go and have drinks or do lunch sometime. And I was like, all right, bet. And so we go, and I think we went to, I can't remember where we went to, but we did end up having lunch or something. And literally, y'all, after I have lunch with him, this chick sends me a DM, right? And I'm just kind of like, I didn't know who it was. So the first day that it got sent to me, I didn't even pay attention to it. Like, I didn't open it because I knew I didn't know the person. And I felt like, well, if I know I don't know the person, ain't no need of me entertaining nothing they send to my DMs. Like, I don't know you. And so I didn't open it. And I think the second day I got another DM from the same person. And I was like, okay, like, do I know this person? Like, who is this? Like, it makes you wonder at that point. So I was like, who is this? Do I know this person? So I start to question, like, whether I know them or not. I'm actually going to go over this purple with a little bit of Rockstar from the Jaclyn Hill Bling palette, because I just want to try and like deepen it up a little bit. I'm just trying to give it a little bit more depth. I feel like the purple in that the NYX palette, it was a shimmer shade, and I feel like I'm getting more shimmer than I am the actual pigment shade. So I really wanted to get like the pigment payoff, but it's really, technically it's a shimmer shade. So I'm just using some of the Rockstar from the Bling palette to add just a little bit more depth to this purple. So yeah, anyways, I get, and I'm just gonna do some circular motions here to kind of blend that out. Is that Madison? So anyway, I get the message from her, and I was like, okay, you know what? Let me just go ahead and check this here message and see what's up. So I checked the message, and the girl goes, I'm just gonna go back into the purple really quickly. I mean the pink, I'm sorry, y'all. Because I feel like I lost a little bit of it deepening that purple. And I think I'm gonna take it up just a little bit higher. Yeah, okay. And then I'll blend it out. So I ended up looking at the message because now I'm getting like a second message from this person. So I was like, okay, who is this? Like, I don't know. Let me check the message out. And so the girl in the message goes like, are you talking to my husband? And I immediately opened it because that was the first line they led with. And I'm just like, baby, I'm not talking to nobody's husband. I'm single. I'm very single. Like, no, I'm not talking to anybody's husband. So I open up the message, and it's like this long paragraph, right? And from this woman, and the woman's like, yeah, I just want to know if you talk to my husband because he's been dating this girl, and the girl just aired him out on Facebook, and yeah, he really married and he shouldn't be talking to nobody and blah blah this and blah blah that. And I'm just like, I'm blown away because I'm just like, wow. Like I don't even know what to say. So I tell her, I was like, no, I'm not talking to your husband. He did some pictures for my kid. That was pretty much like the end of that. It wasn't nothing. And so I hit him up and I was like, hey, I got a chick in my inbox saying pretty much like, oh, you her husband, am I talking to you, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. And so of course I tell him like, can you please like, I'm aggravated, so I tell him like, can you please have your groupies like not hit me up? Like, I don't know what you got going on, but definitely keep that in your inbox. Like, I just want my pictures from a kid. That's really all I want. And so yeah, he's like, yeah, my bad, blah blah this, blah blah that. And so we ended up let me see. I'm gonna just go ahead and cut it. Hold on. So we ended up going to lunch, right? And when we go to lunch, he was like, yeah, I'm breaking up with my girlfriend. He pretty much is saying like he's going through all this stuff, yada yada yada. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, that's fine. People go through things, whatever. Just keep it out of my inbox. But never does he confirm that this woman is his wife, right? Never. And so
You gonna make that shower happen? You don't need your. You're not using no more liquid soap.
okay. So I don't know if I should take it up a little more. Let me see. Yeah, it's gonna cross over into it. I'll just go back over the purple. Or you know what? I'll make the purple the back depth. It's gonna cross over. All right. So anywho, y'all be having to talk myself through these shades because I got hooded lids, so it's a struggle. All right. So, yeah, he never once confirms that this woman is like his wife or nothing like that, but he is definitely talking about this girlfriend, right? And so I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. And I kind of give him my 2 cents on the whole being in a relationship, just what women tentatively expect from the guy that they dating. Like, you really gotta, for some women, you gotta step up. You gotta be on your P's and Q's. You gotta just be a man in full, right? And so I think a couple days later, this same girl hits me up, and she hits me up this time and she's like, hey, is Brandon with you? And I'm just like, no, I just got off work, I'm at home. And so she goes, well, can we meet up? And at this point, I feel like she's wanting me to prove some kind of point to her. She's wanting me to prove like, oh, he's not with me, or that's just really what my thought process was, honestly. is that she wanted me to prove that no, he's not with me. And so I told her, I was like, yeah, we can meet up, no problem. And so meet up with her, and we go to Applebee's, right? Just a side note, I fucking hate Applebee's. It sucks. I haven't eaten at Applebee's and I can't tell y'all how long. I just truly hate Applebee's. Now that that's out the way, I just had to get that off my conscience. So we decide to meet at Applebee's, and when we get there, um, she was like very, I don't know, like Inspector Gadget, I guess. Just want to know how we met, if there was anything going on between us. I mean, if they weren't messing with each other, I could tell just by the conversation that something had transpired between them. I just really wasn't sure what. Like I said, at this point, he had still never really claimed this chick. All I knew about was the girlfriend that he was breaking up with. And so she was like, yeah, well, you know, she says at the table, well, me and him are married. And I was personally thinking like, I don't know if she lying or telling the truth, because I'm sitting here thinking, well, y'all can't be married because I know his girlfriend. Like, his girlfriend was at the photo shoot. That's just what I was thinking in my head. I'm like, I don't know if y'all married, sis, because I know the man got a girlfriend and I know the girlfriend got a little boy, and they looked pretty much like a family to me, you know. And she's like, well, I'm his we got a baby together, and I'm his wife, and this and that, and this is his daughter, and blah blah blah. And so at this point I was honestly thinking, okay, this is like one of those bitter baby mama things, maybe. Like, maybe he's still messing with his baby mama, and like she checking for everybody that she potentially think is checking for him. And I don't know, child. This was also like in that little era where people would say, "Oh, so and so is my husband," but then not really be married, or be claiming a chick as their old lady, but y'all ain't really got no ties to each other for real. So I was kind of questioning everything that she was saying, because it just didn't add up for what I had saw with him and the girlfriend. Like, it just didn't make sense. I feel like this is a little bit more depth than the other one. So yeah, she was kind of like, oh, yeah, this we married, and this and that, blah blah blah. And I wasn't believing it. I'm just gonna be really honest with y'all. I was just not believing it, because like I said, the way he was with the girlfriend, um yeah, you would think like, no, you not boo. Like, she bae for real. She bae. And so, and plus, prior to like me and her meeting, um, the way he was talking about the girlfriend in conversation, you could tell that like he actually cared for this girl. Like, it wasn't like no, I don't know how to put it, but you could tell it wasn't like no bullshit relationship. So you could actually tell that like he for real had feelings for her. Um, yeah, I mean, that's just pretty much it. You could tell he cared for her just by the way he talked about her. And so that's kind of just like what I went with. I was like, no, I done talked to this dude. Like, I know how he feel about his girl. Like, he don't really like that they going through whatever it is that they going through. But somewhere down the line, somebody's tired of the back and forth that's happening. And, they about to call it a wrap, or they might be about to get back together. But this whole wife thing, it just didn't sound right. All right, let me see what color. Maybe I'll take a little bit of, let me see what this does. That is heavy, honey. At this point, y'all, I done dipped into I've literally dipped into 3 different palettes. So I don't even know if y'all. Trying to see what this green talking about. So yeah, I hit him up after me and this girl done met up, and I tell him, I was like, hey, I met up with so and so. And he was like, yeah, man, don't meet up with her. He was like, she messy, she got issues. He made it out to seem like she was like batshit crazy, right? And so I had kind of already felt that because I was like, I've never had a female message me and inbox me and immediately ask to go out to lunch, which should have been a red flag to me, but it wasn't. I was just kind of like, okay, she want me to prove that I'm not with her dude, and so, bitch, voila, I'm not with your dude. Um, so yeah, that was kind of that. And so no, he was like, yeah, no, she not all together, like she not wrapped too tight, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. And so that even more led me to feel like, okay, yeah, it must be like this, you know, bitter baby mama syndrome or something like that. I don't know. That's just what I thought it was. And so yeah, so I was like, well, I met up with her because obviously she thought we was together. I was like, we not together, and I just want to show her we wasn't together. And I was like, can you please like tell her don't contact me again? Like it ain't nothing between me and you. And I was like, if she gonna be that secure, like you need to have your chicks on a little tighter leash than that, because nobody should be contacting me. I was like, that's gonna be bad for your business. And so he's like, no, 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 I get it, blah blah blah. He's like, I'm not gonna tell her. I mean, no, he said I'm gonna tell her not to contact you again. And I was just kind of like, yeah, okay, cool, no problem. Thank you so much for your cooperation. And so, yeah, he ended up telling her not to contact me again. Nevertheless, she contacted me again. So, the last time she contacted me, I can't remember what she asked me. Oh, he was at some type of event, and honestly, I think at this point she was like blocked from his page because I could see like when he would post stuff and like tag places and stuff that he was at, but I don't think that she could see that stuff. And just unknowingly, like me being me, I'm just, I go by, oh, okay, I like this, thumbs up that, whatever. Well, it was really just likes back then, but I started coming across my timeline. Hey, let me throw a little like on it, blah, blah, blah. But I also felt like at this point, the girl was kind of watching my page because you know how you like on somebody's page and you like something and then you go unlike it, like, oh shit, I wasn't supposed to do that. Like a lot of that was happening. And then she ended up sending me a friend request. And the friend request, it did kind of just, it sat there for a little while because I was like, well, what do we need to be friends for? Like, I don't know you. I'm not dealing with your supposed to be guy, your baby daddy or whatever. Like, what do the friend requests need to happen for? Like, I don't really understand. And so I told him, I was like, hey, your friend, sent me a friend request and this, and that doesn't happen. And so he was like, yeah, I'm gonna handle it, blah, blah, blah. I end up initially blocking both of them. But at the time I unblocked him because I was doing like I was taking like a lot of fashion pictures, and I was like, okay, well shoot, he's a photographer. He's not charging me as much as my normal photographer is. And so I'm gonna use him to save money, you know? And so I unblocked him, and I unblocked him for that specific purpose. This shit. I unblocked him for that specific purpose. And that's kind of how we started end up like doing business together. Because he would discount my photo shoots if I would let him use some of my pictures for like different promo work. And so I was just like, hey, I know what my overall goal is, and this is gonna help me get to that. Then yeah, it's gonna help me save money, and I also still get the content that I need. So I wasn't really against it. Let's actually try a. Hold on, guys. Oh, there we go. Oh shit, I'm glad I grabbed this because it would have been all over the place. All right, so I'm going to try and go into like this neon shade from iSlay Cosmetics. I'm just trying to find a brush to apply it with. I forgot where I was at. I unblocked him. Discounted my photo shoots to use some of my pictures for promo. And lo and behold, y'all, I actually thought like that was it. Cause after that, the chick, she wasn't kind of like stalking my page after that. But there's definitely more, because I know you're thinking, she wasn't stalking your page after that. How did she ended up marrying your kid's dad, child? The saga continues. But that'll be, we'll save that for another live. We'll save that for Thursday. Y'all just process what you heard today. I don't want to overwhelm anybody. I am going to finish this makeup look though. So yeah, the phone calls and the little invites and everything stopped. They just stopped. Any questions? What happened? Who did it? I didn't see the comment. Run it back. No, I didn't see the comment for real. I didn't. So you're going to have to put it back up there. I don't know why, but YouTube won't let me. Like, the comment comes and then it goes so quickly. I really love these. Man, when I tell you what happened after that, y'all are probably going to kill me. Y'all probably going to be like, Rita, what is wrong? Like, why? And I can't even answer the why. But the phone calls did stop. They did cease for a smidget of a second. And then all hell broke loose. All hell broke loose after that. So I feel horrible that I'm like sitting here holding this in right now. Oh my God, I love these pigments so much. I will say this, y'all. It gets worse before it gets better. Believe that. 100% believe that. Definitely gets worse before it gets better. But in a nutshell, I did meet him on Facebook, so unexpectedly. All right, so I'm just trying to blend it in these two greens. So my neon pigment, I'm just tapping it in with a shader brush. and tapping it, and then I'm smoothing it out just to try and get it to blend into the green. These neon pigments from Islay are like so pigmented that you really have to like take your time when you packing them in. Otherwise, it's gonna look really chalky. Yeah, my kids are up there practicing like they. Yeah, the pigments are from Islay Cosmetics. I believe right now she is having like a 50% off sale. If you aren't sure what pigments to choose, she also has like an option on there when you go to select neon pigments where it says like assorted pigments, and then she picks different pigments for you. That way it kind of takes the pressure off of you. Because that's what I did initially when I went on her website and I saw all the pigments and just everything that she had on there. I felt so overwhelmed, and I was like, "Ooh, I don't know if I can pick my own shades." And there's an option under the drop down for the neon pigments where it's pretty much like, yeah, I love the pigments, but I don't know what shades I want, and she literally will pretty much pick the shades for you, which I thought that was genius. So I think I'm gonna put like a glitter line. Do y'all hear my kids? They they up there acting like they the Disney Channel people. He's like, my name is Michael, and you're watching iCarly on Disney Channel. This is what I have to go through. That's what they're doing right now. It's so funny. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do like a glitter line, but I do feel like, however, that I could, if I found it, I don't know what I did with my little. I'm looking for my little brush because there's like a small dip right here. I can't find my concealer brush. Oh, here it is. There's like a very small dip right here that's stopping it from being as oval, as round as it could be. And it's really, yeah, I do still. Well, I mean, now I just have complexion to do, and that's going to take no time. Like, I'm going to run through complexion, and you're going to be like, well, damn. It's just complexion, really. I'm using the Juvia's Place. I think this is the matte foundation. But this is the, what shade is this? This is Havana. Yeah, it's the matte foundation. It's the shade Havana. Still keep going. Yeah. All right, y'all. So I'll give y'all just a little bit more, maybe until my face is done, since I know this is not gonna take long. But y'all not gonna like it because it's definitely a cliffhanger. Okay, so she finally stops calling. She finally stops. I say calling, I should say sending messages. She finally stopped sending me messages, right? And there wasn't like any more likes going on my page or no stuff like that. So I kind of thought, I was like, hey, all right, cool, done deal. You know, he got his ish under control. I don't got to worry about this little lady. Perfect. Well, not so perfect. Because little did I know, she has a tracker on his phone. So I don't know. And this is just the honest God's truth, y'all. I don't know when she put the tracker on his phone. I wasn't in a relationship. I can't speak to it. All I'm saying, hindsight, and knowing what I know now, there was a tracker on his phone. And At one point when he was doing photos, he was doing digital, like the digital prints. So like if you booked a photo shoot with him, excuse me, if you booked a photo shoot with him, he would send you the edited pictures, but then you also got like physical copies too. And so he was supposed to bring me physical copies for Madison's birthday, which I actually needed for her party because of the way it was set up or whatever. But I was just waiting to get like physical prints from him, you know, for my kid's birthday. And guess who shows up at my door? Literally at my door. Just guess. Yeah. Yeah, she shows up at my door, child. And who is she looking for at my door? Brandon. And she's like, well, I know he was here. Coronavirus is a hoax. Okay. And so are you, sir. Crap. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Yeah. Don't know what that was about. So yeah, she shows up to my door. I'm completely shocked. Um, a little backstory. I say she showed up to my door, but at this time I was telling y'all that I had just left um my relationship with my kid's dad. So I was actually staying with my mom, right? So her showing up was definitely, it was way out of line. It was just so far out of pocket, and I was just like, what the, like, it is something really wrong with this girl to show up at my people's house. Like, what the F, you know? So yeah, shows up at my mom's door and knocks on the door, and she's like, hey, is so and so with you? And of course my reply again is no. You know, yeah, what, I missed the comment, I'm sorry. So I'm like, no, he not over here. And she was like, well, I know he was over here, but he not answering my phone calls, and he not this and he not that. And I'm just thinking, like, what the hell they got to do with me? Because yo dude not answering your phone calls and this, and that. Now, mind y'all, I had just got out of a relationship with what in, oh, he plays too much. Okay. So, yeah. Mind y'all, this, I'm just like, what the hell, you know? Like, it's not my fault you and your baby daddy going through all this drama that y'all going through. On top of that, I'm just thinking, like, how desperate can she be to want to be with this dude? And he's obviously making it clear, like, he ain't trying to fool with you like that. But that's not my business. Yeah, I did. I just blocked him and I mean, stuff like that don't bother me anyway. You know, people gonna think what they want to think, so by all means, if that's what you feel like you gotta do to get some attention, yeah, do your thing. It don't make me none. You wouldn't say it to my face, so child. It's YouTube. So yeah, lo and behold, I don't know if I was triggered or what. I think I was just more shocked than anything. It's a yeah, it is. I think I was just more shocked than anything that this woman is standing here at my door and she looking for her baby daddy. Like, she really looking for her baby daddy. And so, and she had the kid with her. Bro, do he got like 90 accounts or what? Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me see how to, oh, let's do report. Wanted commercial content or spam. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to like block this person. So sorry, y'all. So yeah, she done showed up to my door. She got her kid with her, which I just thought was even more like, okay, you know, I don't really know what to make of that. I guess your kid got to go where you go. If, yeah, I don't know. And so she was like, yeah, well, I know he was over here, and I know he was here. And I was like, well, yeah, he was, but he dropped something off and then he left. Like, I don't know where he at. Now, honestly, I was thinking in my head, maybe he going back to maybe he going back to the girlfriend, because at this point, if you are really like the baby mama and or the wife or whatever, and you acting like this, like I see why he doing what he doing now. So maybe he is back with the girlfriend, but I honestly didn't know, so I didn't want to speak to it. And on top of that, I really didn't care. So, Rocky. Oh, girl, I thought you was Rocky. You was about to get fussed at. So yeah, honestly didn't know, and that's kind of what I told her. I was like, look, I don't know. Why don't you call and ask him? Because you steady asking me. Ask him, because I don't know. I don't care. And she's like, so what are y'all? And I thought, I was like, we just cool. Like, dude took some pictures for my kid. I don't really know bro like that. He a cool cat. We done went out to eat a couple of times. That's pretty much it. Like, that's the gist of our relationship. Like, it ain't nothing. I was like, he do got a girlfriend though. And she was like, that's not his girlfriend. I know what she is to him, and that ain't his girlfriend. Hey, you know what? You ain't gotta explain nothing to me. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. You don't need no explanation, ma'am. You know, I can't say one way or the other. I don't know. What are you doing? You already took a bath? Okay.
Rocky, he's outside.
Oh. So, did what?
It started to rain.
Did you bring him in? Yeah, you should definitely bring him in. He's not going that. So yeah. Why would I shave my mustache? If anything, give me some good advice. If you just got to come on here, say wax it or something like that. Don't say shave it. That's stupid. Ain't gonna do nothing but grow back thicker. So shave your mustache. Bitch, I'm more man than you. Get the fuck off my live. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know how sometimes my alter ego kick in and shit happens. Y'all know I'm real petty and I throw shade quick, so I do apologize. So anyway, yeah, she actually showed up to my house, y'all. Showed up to my house looking for this dude. And at this point, I wanted them to work it out, because I wanted to stop being the middleman. Like, I don't know, baby. I don't know. Go find him and figure it out. This steady coming to me asking me about him, like, this is getting really, really old, and it's getting really weird, and it's getting really bothersome. And so then she was like, I think we should be friends. And I'm just like, be friend for what? I don't know you. And she's like, well, if you're going to be friends with my baby dad, then you need to be friends with me. Again, ma'am, I don't know you. Yeah. I mean, I'm not, but the man said he going to tell me shave my mustache. Like, sir, that is the worst advice you could give a woman with a mustache. Get out of here. At least give me some damn good advice. Don't give me no damn bad advice. I probably could have took his comment if he would have made it make sense, but he didn't. So yeah, she done just proposed like that we be friends, and honestly, none of my friendships work like that. I just thought it was just really, really weird. And she hit me up after that. I was like, I don't know, I said, I'm gonna think about it. I don't know. And so she was like, okay, cool. So, of course, I let him know, like, hey, your baby mama done came over here and she was saying, like, let's be friends and this, and that, and she was looking for you and blah, blah, blah. And still, y'all, there was no claim that, like, this is wifey. There was just no claim, right? So at this point, he was like, yeah, she one of those type of people, where, girl, oh, really? Okay. We'll definitely report them. Because, I'll let them just be. I'll just let them sit. But I guess if there are consequences to be had, we don't want them to miss out on no potential punishment fund, do we? That's right. All right now. So, yeah, because there was like, I was just like, yeah, you need to do something about, like, your baby mama tripping. And for me, it was kind of hard for me to, like, understand, I guess, because for me, I was leaving my relationship with my kid's dad, and I was just like, okay, girl, like, he don't want you, you don't want him, like, y'all relationship is obviously toxic. Like, stop dealing with him, and he needs to stop dealing with you. But you really can't tell people what to do in their relationships. Not really. I mean, you can suggest, but until they ready to do whatever it is they got to do, your words really fall on deaf ears. So, do I want to do that? I'll do a little. Okay, that's better. I was trying to get my two lines straight on my face because when you're doing your nose contour, if for whatever reason you do your nose contour and the lines are crooked, your nose is going to look crooked. Your nose is like really, really going to look crooked. So when you're doing your nose contour, the closer in you bring the lines, the smaller it makes your nose look, the more narrow your nose looks. The wider out you bring the line, the wider it makes your nose look. So just imagine if they're crooked. You know what I mean? You're already having to add dimension and depth to your face. So just imagine if something is crooked, it's going to be off and it's going to show. So, I did, who did I use? I used Color Pop's No Filter Concealer in the shade Deep Dark, which is 54. Honestly, I probably could have used a lighter shade, but because the foundation that I used was a little bit darker than what my skin tone is right now, I'm using a darker a darker contour shade to give me a little bit more depth. And then I'll go behind it with a powder since this is a cream. Rocky, get off of my carpet. So, she leaves, after of course I've told him like, hey, your little stalker lady back, and she had your baby this time. Cute baby, but your little stalker lady is back. And so he's like, yeah, I'm trying to figure out what to do with her. He pretty much said like he was like, this is my baby mama, like, we kind of got like a situation right now. He don't really want to be with her, she really don't want to be with him, but they trying to make it work for the kid. That's kind of how he explained it to me, and I understood completely what he meant when he said that, because that was just previously me. Like, that was me. I knew I didn't want to be with my kid's dad. I knew deep down that he really didn't want to be with me. But for whatever reason, I was trying to make it work for the kids. Knowing what I know now, I say he really didn't want to be with me. He didn't want me to be with nobody else. But you know how you get with somebody and they want you, but they don't want you, and they don't want nobody else to have you? It was like one of those type of situations. Like, he knew that he wanted me part-time, but he didn't want nobody else to have me. So it was like, it was just crazy. It was a crazy situation. And so that's kind of how, like, he explained it. He was like, I want to be there for my kid, but I know for sure I don't want to be with her. And he was like, she honest with herself. She don't really want to be with me. And he was like, that's kind of that was their struggle. That's just the position that they were in. And I had told him, I was like, hey, look, I get it. I was with my kid's dad from this age to this age, and I was trying to make it work, for the sake of the kids. And what was the question? I missed it. What was the question? Y'all know I'm an open book. Don't nothing really bother me. Nothing really bothers me because I'm not ashamed of anything I've ever done, anything I've ever said. So I don't offend easily. Did I set my? Yeah, I did set my. I don't want to use this brush. I need to use. Well, I can't use this. Man, I don't want to though. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. She asked if you were dressing up as a dress. No, not today. Not today. That won't happen today. Maybe closer towards Halloween, sure. But today, no. No, I'm just gonna dress up like your mama wish you would. That's all. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty much what I'm gonna do. But so he was pretty much saying that that's what the deal was. He was like, I love my kid. I want to be with my kid. I want to be there to raise her. He's like, but, things just, they not really working out with me and her mom. And he was like, I don't know what to do. He's like, I want to stay and make it work for her. But he just kept saying that he knew he wasn't going to do right in the marriage. Like, that's what he just kept saying. He's like, you knew he wasn't going to do right in the marriage. And I told him, I was like, you can try and stay and work it out for the kid. But I don't think a kid is a reason to stay in any relationship, especially if it's not working, because you're not going to do nothing but hurt the kid. And then you waste good time. Like, you waste good years where you could have been with somebody that you loved or been with somebody more productive. It's just not worth it, Kids don't need mother and father technically to be in the same home. They just need two parents who's willing to work it out and make things happen for their benefit. That's what I think. And that's what I told him. And so she did hit me up. She hit me up like a time or two after that and was saying that she was like doing something for him at their house. And it was supposed to be like a surprise or something like that. I can't remember what the hell it was they was doing. And she asked me if I wanted to be there for whatever the little surprise stuff was. Now, because I was trying to be like this supportive friend, I kind of knew what he was going through. I know how I felt as a baby mama. I was like, all right, maybe they were working on like this, just communicating better with each other. I can't really remember what the dang on party was about though. I wish that I could, but that's just one of the things that I can't remember, like what the party was for. I don't know if it's like a random something or I don't remember. And ended up going, and she was just pretty much, she was acting like everything was like peachy keen between them. And you could tell that he was kind of like not. So it really made the vibe like really, really weird. And I just kind of dipped out early because I was like, yeah, I don't really understand the dynamic. I don't really know what's going on here. And so, yeah, I'm just going to dip out. And so, yeah, so I did, I dipped out. I left because she just wasn't making sense to me. On top of that, I'm not really like I'm not really a party type person, I guess. So I didn't really see a need to. I'm trying to decide. Let's go with black. Oh, ooh. Okay, let's not go with black maybe. Yeah, black is not gonna work. I'm out of black. Oh, okay. Let's do this one. That might sit right. Let's see. Madison, is that you playing on the door?
I'm not. I'm trying to lock it.
Girl. So yeah, I dipped out of the party. I left. I just wasn't really feeling it. This shit, it was just like a really weird vibe the whole time. And I was over it. People were trying to be there and like enjoy themselves and have a good time, but I don't know, vibe just was just off to me. On top of that, I had work the next morning, so I was definitely like, yeah, I'm not gonna really kick it. They were drinking. I am not like, I have a 2-drink max, just because at that particular time in my life, I was going through a lot, and prior to that, I was anytime we would go to a party, I say we, me and my kid's dad would go to a party, I would always drink heavily. Like I was heavy drinking. And so after he and I separated, I was like, yeah, that's one of the things that I wasn't gonna do, because I felt like I was trying to drink my problems away. So I was always like, anytime I went to a party, I knew I was gonna get shit faced and have a hangover. And so I decided, like, after he and I broke up, to not drink. And so I didn't. I don't know. I know some people have like a problem with that. Like, oh, they say, oh, stopping drinking is hard and stopping the smoke is hard. And I don't think any of those things are hard if that's really what your mindset is. I'm one of those type of people. If I say I'm gonna stop it, or I say I'm gonna do something, like once my mind is set, it's done. It's no, this was challenging and I'm addicted and blah blah blah. It's none of that. I think it's just about your will. Like, is this really what you want to do? And for me, I just knew drinking wasn't, nah, I didn't want to drink my problems away. I wanted to find out why I felt the way I felt, and then fix that without being codependent on something that ultimately was just not good for me. And so once I kind of found out what it was that was triggering me, which was really all the abuse, I slowly started to allow myself to have drinks to have fun, and not having drinks to like run away from anything or to escape, if that makes any type of a sense at all. Because that's why I was doing it. I was using it as an escape. Okay. Should I put gold on here too? Because I don't know that y'all can see it that well. There's like purple glitter, but it's just not dried up completely. I probably should have used some gel liner. That's okay. Should we wing or no wing? Don't know. Wing? No wing? Yes, wing? Okay. No wing? Yes, wing. What is it, love?
Nothing.
You good?
I just don't like how Rocky chopped out peppermint in his mouth.
Oh. He got a what?
It's like for your throat, a cough drop. He keep on running away from me.
Yeah, he's probably not gonna let you have it. I think he'll be okay though.
Do you hear him munching on it?
Yeah. Kinda. I kinda hear him munching on it. All right. I still feel like I should have like some type of another glitter color on because I don't feel like the purple you can see too well. I'll finish it up and see how I feel at the end. All right, I'm gonna throw a little bit of blush on just to bring some color back to my cheeks, so I'm not looking so flushed. All right, and then let me define my jawline just a little bit. The easier way to do this, I know I'm doing it like long ways, but the easier way to do this, if you aren't sure where you need to define at, is actually take your sponge, put powder over the whole thing, and then go sideways and just swipe at an angle. That's probably the easiest way to do it. And you want to take it to like the corner of your mouth. So you just put the powder on and you swipe at an angle. That's probably the easiest way to do it. This is the way that I was initially doing it, like it probably is like the more difficult way to do it, but that's probably the easiest. Girl, if you be a savage one more time tonight. Yes, you. This little Megan Thee Stallion dance you doing. Okay, now back to the story. I forgot. Oh yeah, I leave, go home, blah blah blah, and yeah, she at that point, y'all, she continuously hits me up. Now, mind you, there's this girlfriend, and I don't know if I should even. There's this girlfriend, and there's this girlfriend in the picture. But yeah, she continuously hits me up, trying to like build some type of a friendship, I guess. Madison,
I didn't break it.
girl, child, you almost got fired from life. So she keeps trying to hit me up and like spark this friendship. I thought it was kind of weird because I'm like, well, we don't really know each other. Like, I know him, I don't know you. So I didn't really feel like any need to have a friendship with her, especially after like all the stuff that she was doing. I wasn't really sure like what the motive was. I'm just thinking like, here this guy is saying that, oh, I don't want to be with her, I don't want to have nothing to do with her. But then here's this baby mama who is like extremely persistent, and I honestly felt like it was something still going on with them, because if not, like, why your baby mama acting like this? But then I had to think about, well, shoot. I mean, I had been the crazy baby mama too. Like, I'm not going to even play like I wasn't. I think when you care for somebody deeply and you want to make things work and you know that you're trying to build a family, you go a little bit psycho, you know. You do go a little crazy. So, listen, it got bad. She started coming up to my job, which was crazy. Yeah, she started coming up to my job. And then I don't know, when she started coming up to my job, that's when I really had like a big issue with it, because I just felt like that was out of line. Like, you don't know me. Don't come to my job. Stop with all this crazy shit. And I guess in a kind of way, I felt like it was laughable, because me and him would talk about it and he'd be like, yeah, like, she tripping. You know, he wasn't even trying to get at me. Like, he was still dealing with the girlfriend. I don't know if they were like intimate or anything, but I do know that they were still like actively having conversations with each other. So, you know, I'm like, she worried about me, and he got like a whole girlfriend. But I felt like I couldn't tell her like, hey, he got a whole girlfriend, because, you know, like, bro code. Like, I can't, this, like, he cool. I'm cool with him. This my photographer. He giving me my little pictures on the low. Like, I'm getting a discount. Like, I can't go and be like, girl, you worried about me, but you need to be worried about his girlfriend. Like, I wasn't finna air him out. And plus, I didn't feel like I owed her that. Like, I didn't feel like my loyalty was to her. I felt like my loyalty was to him. You know, I'm like, shit, I knew him first, and he not on like this crazy stuff like she on. So I don't feel like I owe her that. Like, that's between you and your dude. That's how I felt. So I ain't feel a need to be like, girl, he really doing X, Y, and Z. So you really good to do whatever you want to do, you know? And we would literally talk about it. He would continuously go on, like, we go and eat lunch together, because he didn't work too far from me. I found out later on. he didn't work too far from me, and we would go and like have lunch together, and he would talk to me about the girlfriend and just kind of how he was feeling about her. He introduced me to a couple of local designers, who made like custom clothes and stuff like that. So we was like networking, big kicking it. And he was just pretty much talking about how if the situation wasn't what it was, meaning he didn't have a kid with her, he probably would have cut ties with her, long before now. That they pretty much ended up messing around because she had got pregnant, and so that's kind of, I guess, for him, why the relationship or situation just lingered on the way it did, is because she had got pregnant, or at least that's what I gathered from the conversation. She got pregnant. He felt obligated to like be with her and try and take care of the kid or whatever, and that's just kind of what that was. And so yeah, but he would always talk about how like, nah, that wasn't his play. He wouldn't really be with her like that. And if he did go back and be with her, it would just be for the kid and yada, yada, yada. And he was just like saying how she had all these issues. I'm not going to go into like the issues or whatever because I just have boundaries. So I'm not going to do that. But it just didn't sound like a ideal relationship situation to be in. And it honestly sounded like he was still trying to figure out like what the deal was going to be with the girlfriend. I feel like he was kind of stuck almost like, do I try and make it work with the girlfriend, or, do I do this whole baby mama thing? And it's tough, it's tough, especially when you got a kid involved. Because you know what you want to do as a parent, but then you also know what you want to do as a single person who knows how they want to be loved and knows what they're looking for in a relationship. So it's hard. Huh? What happened? What'd I do? I didn't do anything. Trying to get these lashes on right now, child. Let me just say as like a side note that I'm actually starting to love doing these type of lives, to where Facebook only allows you what? I don't know if Facebook has it. No, it's Instagram that has a cutout time. But I like the lives where I can just go for an extended amount of time. That way it actually gives me time to like be creative. I love it. This is usually what I do in like my downtime. I really hate giving myself a time limit because I feel like when you're trying to create, like, there's not always a time limit. Oh, you said these trolls? Let's see. I'm not worried about the trolls. It's hard for me to catch the trolls, y'all, because of how quick these the comments come and go so quickly. So it's hard for me to catch the trolls, unfortunately. Yeah, I do too. I hate the trolls, but I think if I'm gonna be doing them here more regular, which I know I am, I think it'll get to a point to just like where Facebook, the trolls kind of died down. You know what I mean? Yeah, I am gonna be live again Thursday because I feel like I want to discuss it and then just have like give my thoughts on it. Like, a lot of information I'm purposely leaving out because of Thursday. Because Thursdays for me are like my days that I want to reflect on everything. So Thursdays, that's why it's thought-provoking Thursdays, because I feel like if I knew now what I, if I knew then what I knew now, how would the situation be different? And if I wouldn't have ignored certain flags, or certain signs, could things potentially be different? So that's just my way to self-reflect for me. It's my way to hold myself accountable for the part I did play, the part I didn't play, the parts I ignored. I think you do that when you're in a relationship with somebody. You see things that typically you wouldn't let fly. And because you like them, or because you feel like you're in a good space emotionally, you let a lot of things slide that you normally wouldn't. And I can honestly say that that was definitely, I let things go that I shouldn't have. So I don't at all feel like I took any type of L or anything like that, but I do think I've learned some lessons from the whole situation. Okay, let me get some. Damn it, I really can't keep up with these freaking trolls. It's so annoying. Hold on. Let me get. Just gonna run. I feel like that's too big. I'm gonna try it anyway. I know my mascara is not completely dry yet, but I'm just gonna run a little bit of this pink under my eye. I'm gonna hope it doesn't smudge my mascara. Yeah. It might. So I'm trying to put the brush like right under my lashes and smear that pink in without the mascara running too much into my brush and smudging it. Probably should have did my color on my lash line first and then did my mascara, which I always do it backwards and I don't even know why. That's just me, child. I've always learned the hard way. Always. I gotta change that. So I'm taking a little bit of Rockstar and I'm gonna run that under my waterline as well. Just to kind of give it a little bit of depth. It'll make the glitter pop a little bit more. I feel like the glitter was a little bit hidden because it's a purple liner glitter. But if I darken it up, it should make it pop just a little bit more. Okay. Now we need a lip shade. I'm gonna go neutral on the lips because we did so heavy on the eyes. I don't want it to be too
When did you put that out?
too over. Can I pull it out?
Yeah.
I always leave this lip liner sitting on my desk.
Is it like your number one thing that you use?
Yep. That or night moth. Alright. Let me see. Lip color. Oh, maybe this one. Let's try.
What about the yellow?
Who? Yellow. really be trying to... Pink, please? Okay, we can try pink. I was gonna try this like nude shade from the crayon case. It's Marie. But pink, I have the gloss? Maybe. That's probably too pink.
That's a highlight pink.
Yeah, that is like a hot pink. Maybe.
What about that one?
That might work. What is this? This is First Base by ColourPop. Girl, Madison said yellow.
I like yellow.
I know you like yellow.
I mean, I don't necessarily like yellow, but yellow will work.
You want me to do yellow?
Yeah, or you can do yellow on me. You
See, you the type of friend that'll have somebody say, no, girl, that look good. You that friend.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Yeah, you that friend. That's wrong.
I always told you I wanted to be a ninja so I can, like...
A who? You want to be a ninja?
I said a dancer.
Oh. I thought the dude said she want to be a ninja.
Would you allow me to be a ninja?
You can be whatever you want to be. I fully support it.
I want to be a dancer.
Except for broke. You can't be broke, child.
I want to be a dancer.
Okay, we'll go dance. Rocky, if you bring your little self back over here one more time. Alright, so I'm going to line... I did a buffer liner with the Espresso from NYX, which is a brown. I think I'm going to overdry my lips a little bit. Get some of that action.
How come when we first moved in, Michael, he gonna tell his friend that, no, he gonna tell me, if he screams so loud, we can't hear it.
Y'all come get Madison.
Please, I don't want to be with her. She's cuckoo. Sometimes.
Don't get in this live with your hair looking like that, child. I gotta finish braiding the top of it, so...
She said she was.
Yeah, I have to.
But she changed her mind. She triggered on me today.
Okay.
After I get done with she do my hair, one of y'all come get me, please.
Them folks not about to waste their time coming to get you. All right.
You told them to.
Yeah, but that don't mean they're gonna do it.
I know.
All right, so are we going with a gloss or like a pink for real?
I noticed that in your card you stole my lip gloss. Well, lip squeeze.
She did say, come get me, please. She got problems.
No, I don't. You got problems.
How pink? This pink? Like this kind of a pink? Or are we doing like a soft pink? Like how pink? Like pink? Or soft pink?
If you doing a soft pink.
What are we knowing to? D, what are we knowing to? Like, what? Pink? Try both?
Yeah.
The nude?
I don't even think that's pink.
So we got these pinks. We got this pink. We got this pink. Oh, there's like a purple-ish pink over there. Madison, give me that other. Man, there's so much stuff right here. All right, maybe this kind of a pink.
Where?
Trying to find another, like, that's kind of nude. It's not really. What is Bear?
Here.
Is Bear brown? We have like this, but this is more of like a purple. No, that's not gonna go. That's just not it. Try the second one. Wait.
That one.
Soft pink, not nude. So this is the nude.
No.
Wait. Which is the pink too?
That one.
Which one? Is it the crayon case or... Oh, the Anastasia? Is it this one? Is this the one? Crayon case pink? Crayon case pink. This one. Okay. It's this one.
This nude one is not even pink.
The what one?
This nude.
Yeah, it's a nude, but still, this one is a gloss.
This nude.
Now it's 3. Crap, what the hell? The one on your left hand index finger. Oh, wait. No, wait, let me do it again. All right, so let me hold them up just a little bit at a time. Okay.
Okay, that's good.
You said hater. So any of these 3. Both of these are the crayon case. This one is just like a soft pink. This one is like a nude. And then this one is the Anastasia. Okay, so we know this one is not it. Damn it. Somebody voted 1. Put that one back.
I thought
the first one.
That one. It's the middle one.
Wait, right now we got 2 for number 1. Damn it, that's 2 for 2. Okay. All right, so it's either 1 or 2. All right, so it's 1 or 2. All right, so this one from Crayon Case is Clean Kisses. It is a gloss. Oh, this is like a nude. All right. Madison's immediately.
I like this one. I like hot pink.
I haven't even got it worked in yet, and you already hollering about some hot pink.
I said hot pink, so that's one.
All right, that one is, yeah, I think it's too light. Way too light. So let's, because I don't want to take off all the color.
Why don't you just put it over it?
Because if you put it over it, you're going to take the liner off. If you put it between your lips and just bite down a little bit, it takes the color away.
See, did you do makeup when you're 14 years old?
And then you just take your brush and you dry your lips back out.
Mom?
That way your liner doesn't go away. What is it?
Did you do makeup on the age of 14?
I did not do makeup at the age of 14. My mom didn't play that shit.
I'm 8.
Yeah, and your mama don't play that shit.
Hey, I have a good reason to wear makeup.
What's the good reason to wear makeup?
I'm a cheerleader.
Bye, cheerleader.
Cheerleader got a name.
I feel like this one is like really subtle too, though. She is 8 now.
My birthday was last month.
Brandy said, hey, Maddie.
Hi.
All right, this is the 3rd one.
I like the 3rd one. Yeah, really, to be honest, I like any color, but it just had to be in between red, black, and pink. I like red, black, and pink.
So I left the, I don't know what shade that was, lip gloss I had on.
Read.
Oh, yeah, I like that one a lot better. Brandy, you called it. Yeah, I like that one a lot better. All right, and now let's throw on some... Let's go with some Artist Couture for the highlight. Which one is that? That is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lip Gloss in Dollhouse.
I like Dollhouse houses sometimes.
That was the play, baby. Brandy called it too. All right, let's get some highlight popping. Because
Shorty walking is talking.
We need that. That's what's really like, oh yeah, you go, girl.
Okay, now you just going with all pink.
I mean, what other color you want me to go with, Madison?
Blue, black, white.
All right, now let's buff it out, child. You gotta blend that highlight in so it look like it belongs. I'm pretty sure that's like a lot. Woo!
Oh my gosh.
I know it looked like a lot. It's really not a lot.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
You did it in 3 places.
I did do it in 3 places, and that's how I know it's not a lot.
Rebecca Zamolo, she doesn't even put on that much makeup like you do.
Because Rebecca Zamolo ain't me.
Rebecca Zamolo, she only puts on blush and
Madison, I'm your mama. Oh, damn, Rebecca Zamolo. I had you. And you gonna sit up here and talk about Rebecca Zamolo. Y'all kids ain't nothing. That's how you do me. Shh. The fuck? That's how she do me. That's how you do your mama. You T. Jones. For Rebecca Zamolo.
No.
No what? I'm lying.
I will call you a fool, but yes, of course you're lying about that.
Well, come get a child.
Who? Because nobody's putting their hands on me.
Girl, nobody's talking about putting their hands on you like that. Little
Still, I'm
feisty
not
tail.
going with nobody, and I do not care.
You just asked pretty much everybody to come get you, and now you're not going with nobody?
Okay, you just said they ain't going to spend their time picking me up, so what's the point?
They might. Somebody might spend their time picking you up.
No, I don't care. I can tell we're just going off back and forth.
All right. Okay. I think I'm going to change out my wig. I really want to put my new wig on. Madison, will you bring my new wig down here?
Sure.
I'm not going to put it on, but I just feel like for pictures purposes, it's probably going to be the best bet because I really would have to doctor this one up and do a lot of stuff to it tonight, and it's not really what I want to do. I am going to spray my face because I'm going to stay up and record. I'm going to record my quarantine Get Unready With Me, which is my nighttime skincare routine. And then I'm going to record my wig review for the new wig that I got from Amazon. So I'm going to record when I get off of here with y'all. I hate that my brows are not twins and they are sisters. It's so annoying sometimes. Just trying to think if I should do like pop something in the inner corner. I think I am.
Alicia. Bonquisha.
Yes, Bonquisha.
No, then Bonquisha. I told my mom we need to start making family YouTube videos during this quarantine because I'm just bored.
Are you?
Yeah. And I told you that a long time ago.
You act like we've been in quarantine forever.
It's gonna be like forever.
Come get her.
If one of y'all come and get me.
All right, I'm gonna spray my face.
Happen.
Where's my sponge?
Right there. Which one of y'all want to come pick me up?
Okay, now let me show y'all this wig, child.
None of y'all, right?
Wig me back. Ooh. I forgot the combs was stuck in there. Ah. Ooh.
Yeah, now you know what I feel like.
Girl, show me. Give me my dang on wig.
Don't tell me to shut up. That's child abuse.
Tell you. You funny. That's child abuse?
Yes.
Okay, child. He said, don't tell me shit. That's child abuse. You funny. That's child abuse.
I bet y'all mama gave y'all child abuse when y'all was little because y'all.
My mama didn't give us child abuse. We earned it.
Earned child abuse.
We earned child abuse. We did. We earned our child abuse. Okay? Every day we was doing something we didn't have no damn business. And so your granny literally had the right to give us the child abuse that we earned.
She didn't want to talk.
Literally. Our asses was always doing something.
See, that's what you be like.
What?
Y'all. Nah, you tell us to come here. You be like, what y'all in there doing?
Yes, this is the wig from Amazon, honey.
No.
And I got 3 more.
No.
But yes.
Why you want Amazon? Think about that.
Think about what?
How you gonna order stuff?
But yeah, I'm about to I'm gonna doctor the wig up that way it looks decent.
What?
This one was not a promo wig, but the other 2 that were sent to me were. They're pretty much from the same company. So what happened is that I ordered this one and I was like, oh, let me try it out. And surprisingly, they had sent me an email and was like, hey, you know, we follow you. We've been following you for some time, and kind of like proposed some things. And I was like, well, dang, if I would have known that, you know, I wouldn't have bought the wig that I bought, and I just would have waited for the proposal to happen and then selected the wigs that I wanted. So that's kind of how that happened.
My mom is a nice lady.
Oh, you love me? She loved me. So yeah, I'm gonna doctor this one up. This is probably gonna be my thumbnail picture after I get it doctored up.
And also for our family YouTube
But
channel.
just so y'all know what to expect from my picture, let me just. I can't even like hide it right now because it's just so there. Yeah, I'll doctor it up and take the pictures so I can change it. Anywho, chair.
For our family YouTube channel, all of us, me, Michael, Mikhail, my mom, and me, we gonna do a family.
Yeah, it'll be alright. It'll be alright once I get it doctored up. So that's it for how we met. Now y'all know how we met. We met on Facebook.
There's all.
Some other stuff went down. I know that we stopped at, where did we stop at? We passed the party.
You mostly passed it.
We passed the party. Oh, I know what we're getting into. Ooh.
I never wanted to hear this.
Facebook is a devil. Child, the rest of this story is the devil. Y'all gonna be like, why you ain't got no TV show? So yeah. We will reconvene on Thursday. So I love y'all. Thank y'all for joining me. It's going to take this live a minute to load. That's why I didn't want to like do 2 hours, because the last time it took it forever to load. So I'm going to try and keep them to an hour. There will be like some times where I just know that I can't go on. But yeah.
I love you guys too.
I'm going to try to edit my video tonight. I have a shoe haul video. I have some spring try-on hauls coming. I think I have stuff from Boohoo. I think I have stuff from Pretty Little Things, Shein. I know for sure I have stuff from ASO and Boohoo. I'm trying to think of what. And then I got stuff from Mac Collections, which is a swimsuit company. But I have to get all of those things recorded and edited before the deadlines. So yeah, the videos will be coming. But anyway, I love y'all. Thank y'all for chilling out with me. I will see y'all on Thursday. I'm going to try and edit something tonight and to be posted on tomorrow. How did I get the clothes promo stuff? Oof, man, that's loaded. There was a lot that. There's a lot.
Make sure y'all follow RealRitaLynn.com.
Oh, Madison said make sure y'all follow RealRitaLynn.com. You know what? I'm so glad you said that because I have blog posts that I need to get on there before my deadline too. Ooh, I haven't
and make
even
sure
started
you follow
those.
the
Anyway.
Sisters. That's my
channel. Not for Kirk Franklin. Oh my gosh. I sing for the baby. Baby face. All right, so yeah, I got to do some editing, so I have a video to post tomorrow. I have to do some recording so I can stay on schedule with my recordings and my deals, and then I have to get some blog posts ready for the blog sites. So
make sure y'all follow.
I'll be up for quite some time.
Make sure y'all
but anyway, thanks y'all. I love y'all. I will see y'all in the next video. Make sure y'all follow, subscribe, like, and comment.
The Sisters, because that's my YouTube channel.
Bye, y'all.
And my sister's YouTube channel. So.
Madison.